Hey YouTube, it's Aqua, and I'm here to talk about my opinion top five stocks to get right now. So these are probably the five stocks that I think you should get right now, and only one of them that I have currently. Just a little bit. Let's like literally only like $4, possibly for this. But so I'm gonna give you my top five, and by all means, you do not need to copy this portfolio or anything like that. I'm just giving you my suggestion on I think the top five stock you should look at right now. Just based off my opinion and how I think about this, right? So first and foremost, the first one we're gonna look at is Nvidia. Okay, I'm gonna say Nvidia right now is probably the best stock to get, and I would say because Nvidia, it has dividends, right? I am going for a high portfolio dividend stock, so I want dividends per month, per week, per day, per month, whatever you want to call it, right? I want to have that flexibility, and they're doing pretty well. They're doing really really good. If you know their history, they've been in the game for a very 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 long time in the tech world. They are literally GPUs. They are the graphic cards that everyone is copying. And they're only going to get better. You think about it. They have AI, already built into their GPU, which AI is the hot topic of the central. So Nvidia is definitely number one. It has to be. The dividends that you get is small. It's not a lot, but it is small. So you get 0.02% dividend yield. I don't know too much about the yield, but I can tell you that is very, very small. But any dividends is good. So that means you're gonna get paid per month for dividends for it. And I'm gonna make a video on what dividends is and what that is. So I won't get too deep into that. But yes, so Nvidia, you already know. Nvidia has money. It's stacked up. The company is doing really good, and I don't see why you wouldn't want to get into this. You can check the analyst right here. As you can see, it's a strong buy. So would I be, don't take my word for it, right? But seriously, I don't have Nvidia in my portfolio right now. But when I do get some bread, some spare, I will definitely get some Nvidia stock, and I will take that for the long haul. All right, so now we have Intel. Okay. Intel. I've been talking about Intel for such a long time. I talked about Intel when it was at $18. And but listen, hear me out though. I wasn't doing content creating about stock at the time. I was talking about it, with myself, my girl, and coworkers and so on and so forth. Even family members, and I was talking about it, and I'm like, yo, Intel is a really good product, and that's what I think about when I'm thinking about these stocks. I'm thinking about the product. Do I use the product? What is the product about? Has this product been here for 5 years? Has this product been here for 10 years? If it's been there for this long, why wouldn't you buy stock about it? You know what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't you look up more research about this stock? Why wouldn't you invest into this stock that, if you're like me and you want to invest and you want to go for the long haul for a company that's been here for decades, years, since the dinosaurs been alive, right? Intel was one of those, and granted, it's a low number. You know what this means? This means that it is underrated. It is underrated. Seriously, undervalued, underrated. Intel is definitely going to do really good in the future. As you can see, that when I was talking about it, it was like what, $18. Let me see. Now, like I said, don't. Hey, I know you're like, what is this guy doing? Hold on, I don't. When it comes to this, I'm gonna get better, but peep game. I don't know. It might have been like three months ago. I was talking about it, but it wasn't. It was low. It was okay. Hold on, no. It was definitely before then. Let me go back like a year. Let's do a year. A year will help me. Okay. Yeah. It was like 19. Yeah, it was like 21. It was like $20. Yeah, it was like 18. Where was it at? It was like 18 though. It was like 18 maybe. 19, 17. Yeah, it was definitely down here, okay? $18 when I was talking about it. And I was telling everyone, I was like, yo, this stock is really good. But then people are saying the stock hasn't done good for years and all this crazy stuff, right? And I'm like, but it's Intel. Intel is in every single computer that your company is buying. You know, the job that you work for, Intel is there. You know, now they're starting to buy AMD, but we're not talking about AMD. We're talking about Intel. The CPU that you wanted on every single computer that you built and made. I'm talking to you, techies. Every single computer, you know what I'm saying, that has Intel in it. And they are slowly integrating AI. They're not far behind from NVIDIA. There's a lot of great news that's going on with Intel. And as you can see, like I said, AI is going to be a big word throughout this whole video, but Intel is also going to be an AI game, and they're already under a lot of computers already. So is Nvidia. So both of them, that's two winning stocks right there that you already know. They've been here for years. They are underrated and undervalued. Look at Intel and watch how it pumps. So just keep staying there, keep staying on it, stay bull. And I'm telling you, it's for the long haul. All right, so we have another stock here. We have AMD. Look, so AMD, come on. AMD, have they not been on a great run? In May, hold on, wait. Oh my goodness. In May, okay, they were at $90. Okay, just this year, April, they were at $83. They're at 214. You're telling me if I would have bought bread, if I would have bought AMD in April, you telling me for 54 balls, we would have had 214 balls right now? Are you serious? Listen, undervalued. AMD is probably going to go up to 1,000 or $900, $800. Trust me. Hey, listen. Let's go to the analyst. Let's go to the analyst. What does it say? Listen, don't y'all gotta stop listening to me, techies. I know y'all like the other videos, but we talking about stocks now. Listen, I am on it. I'm telling you. I know I don't have the stock in my portfolio, but peep game. I'm telling you this because I'm going to buy it because just like every other stock I said here, Nvidia, Intel, for the long haul. I'm telling you. Let's just be real. AMD has been in line. AMD has been in your computers, has been in your business computers, has been in a computer you haven't even wanted to use or whatever. AMD is there. They're also heavy into the AI, which yet again, we've been talking about AI with every other stock that I had on here. So that's great. So AMD is a must buy because they're going to keep doing good and keep wrecking. I'm telling you, this is just the beginning for them. And why not? I'm for the long haul with them. I see AMD staying in here because of Intel. If you don't buy Intel, what are you buying? What'd you say? Did you say AMD? Listen, for the long haul, okay? I'm telling you, there's no dividends for it though. Intel, I don't know if I forget. I don't know if I forgot to say it, but Intel does pay dividends, by the way. So Nvidia pays dividends, Intel pays dividends, but AMD, they don't pay dividends. But for the long haul, as you would have seen, if you would have bought it in April, because why not? You're using AMD right now. If you would have bought it in April, you would have been at 214 today. And you wouldn't have sold. You would have been like, huh? Like, you would have been like, questionable. But look at it. It's doing really good. So I think you should get this on your next trip, okay? For the long haul. All right. So we have two more stocks here, okay? We're going for SoFi. And this is a real slept on, underrated stock here. And I've told a couple of people about this. In this saga right here, I told everyone to get it before I got it because I was just like, okay, Samsung is partnered with SoFi, right? And if you don't know what SoFi is, it is a digital bank. It's just like Capital One, but without the actual bank. SoFi doesn't have an actual bank. So SoFi is a digital bank that is trying to help you with loans and all this other cool stuff. A cool thing about it though is that 4%, you get 4% back on all checking, savings, whatever you have in there. So you buy something, you buy something for $1, you're getting cash back. You're getting 4% back, you know what I'm saying, each purchase. Wait, sorry, no. You're not getting cash back. You're getting high yield savings. You're getting high yield savings on it of 4%. It might have went down to 3, but either way, that's pretty legit. That's pretty dope. But all that stuff aside, SoFi in April was at $10. Was at 10 balls. It was at 950. Guess where it's at now? You already see it. It was at 27. What was the highest? It was at 32 in November. So that means it just hit one of its highest peaks. It was at $9 in April. Hear me out, yo. Hear me out, techies. It was at $9, and now it is at 27. You think it's going to go up more? Yes, I think so because it's underrated and it's undervalued, and it was at $9 in April, right? Let's just be real. All right, if you see, right, you see a bank, right, that is going digitally, right? Cash App did it, PayPal did it. We ain't talking about those yet. We're gonna get to those, not this segment. But if they're doing that and they're doing numbers, right? They're talking about cryptocurrency. They're saying you can buy stocks. They're promising you lower loans. They're giving out people more money, and people are not understanding what high yield savings account is, which I have a video coming about that. But a high yield savings account, we're talking about high yields checking account now. So you have a hybrid checking and saving account. You're making money on both ends, you know? So that's pretty new technology. And I think they have pay laters, and I think they have the pay now, get now, pay later, thing that, other products do, other services do. So like that's also another thing that's built in-house. So do I think this is for the long haul? Well, the analysts say hold, which means, I say buy. Like I said, I think this is a top 5 stock here. I would definitely say buy because as you can see in April, it was at $9. And you're saying, okay, this one is risky. This one is very risky, okay? This is not trading purposes only, but this is a real risky stock right here. I would say it's a high risk. Excuse me. I would say it's a high risk. I wouldn't even debate that. Like I said, this is all my opinion. So with that being said, though, I would say buy because, I think they might go up to 100 balls soon. 120, 100, 200. 200 balls. I don't think they're stopping until they get to like 600-700 balls, but I don't have them now, but I will get them. Trust and believe, But yeah, I'll go over my stocks on another video, but we're going to talk about one more stock here. One more, and that I actually have a position of. We're going to talk about Carolina. So this one right here was something. Okay, so I was kind of hype about this stock for a very, very long time. And when I was looking at it, I was like, I'm so glad that they finally came out with an IPO. And to what I seen, I'm like, this thing is going on sale. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, okay, after it's 30, but let's go back into the year. Let's go to a month. No, I'm sorry. Let's go to a year here, okay? Because they just came out, and like right here in September, right? So we came down here, okay? The lowest was just a couple of days ago, before Thanksgiving. It was at $28. It's at $30 now. I think this is probably the best. Okay, let me just say it now. It has no dividends, nor does SoFi, nor the AMD, but only Intel and Nvidia. Remember that, if you're into the dividends. But yes, I would say Carolina does not pay dividends, but I would say for the forerunner, I would definitely keep this above it. I could have chose another stock, but I'm saying this one is something to look for. And I think that it's a great buy to do because this is the only market. So if you think about it, right, you can look at quick pay, there's auto pay, there's there's a afterpay, there's a bunch of different things, a firm and all that stuff, right? Okay, but the first forerunner right now who dropped the IPO, right, that's doing the best right now, that you could probably ask anyone, they have Carolina Group. They have Carolina on rotation. This would probably be the best way to get this done. I'm telling you, this is just the beginning. The only risk factor that I could say is that if Nobody, and I mean nobody, pays these people back. That is the only way. That is the only way. But you have to pay them back. So I think that's not going to stop anybody because they're going to collect. So I'm telling you, this is its own lane in itself. Is pay now, pay later. This is the only lane you can get into. You know, there's real estate. I personally think reality income is a great one. You know what I'm saying? There's there's technology. We already talked about those. You know, there's pharmaceuticals. You know, but this is in its own lane, and I'm telling you, this is going to shoot up to about $200-$300. I'm telling you, it's going to. Let's see what the analyst is talking about. They're saying a strong buy. Would I lie? Who knows? This is my first, maybe like my fourth, fifth stock video, okay? And I just want to talk about it. You know, what stocks do you have right now? What positions, or what do you think your top 5 is? Let's talk about it. Let's diverse into this. I can't wait to make more videos about stocks. Let's get it. Let's go. I'm going to see you on the next video. Peace.